Oh boy, so you're not quitting. I don't think a single person is quitting. Like, of all the options, I will tell you I've not heard a single talent say, I'm just gonna stop streaming. That has not happened. There's like a wait time before anyone's gonna graduate, so you don't need to worry about like, oh, can't believe Penrose is graduating next week. It got here so fast. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, Lord.
Hello there, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff happening in the Vtuber world. Today we talk about the Brave Group buying out Idol Corp, the Vtuber agency that houses your favorite British Vtuber Rin Penrose. What this means is the CEO and founder of Idol Corp, Aviel Bazin, will be stepping down and leaving the company. This does not mean that Idol Corp is shutting down. They have not gone bankrupt. It's just a case of a company buying up another company. All that's going to happen is that the Idol Corp, a VTuber agency, will become a branch of the Brave Group's various VTuber brands. Now, I know many of you will be wondering what happens to the VTubers in Idol Corp. Will they be staying or will they be leaving? Well, I have some good news and bad news. The good news is the Brave Group have offered the Idol Corp VTubers the generous opportunity to leave the company with their VTuber model rights. If a VTuber from Idol Corp leaves the company right now, they don't need to graduate, they don't need to start from scratch. They just need to continue their live streaming activities on their own original channels. Usually what often happens in the VTuber world is that companies like Hololive and Nijisanji tend to own the rights to the VTuber models. So if the VTuber themselves say they don't wanna work as a VTuber anymore, what happens is they're forced to graduate, they lose access to the channels because they don't own the channels. It's the companies that own the channels and the rights to the VTuber model. It's usually very sad because the VTuber has to leave the channel with all its subscribers and all their videos and all their hard work gets left behind, and they have to start from scratch with a new channel. It is very unusual for a VTuber agency to offer to let their VTubers leave with their VTuber model and their YouTube channels intact. I guess the reason why the Brave Group is doing this is because it is an uncommon situation, because none of the Idol Corp VTubers signed up knowing that the Brave Group would buy them out. It's an uncommon situation, and so it needs an uncommon solution, and that is why Brave Group is willing to let the talents just leave with their VTuber models and their YouTube channels and continue as their own personas. As for which VTubers are planning to leave Idol Corp, we don't know yet. Rin Penrose had a live stream explaining the Idol Corp acquisition by the Brave Group, and in it she clarified that she was not allowed to say who was leaving Idol Corp and who was staying in Idol Corp. It seems like we'll only find out which VTuber is leaving or staying when the Brave Group announces it. And now we take a look at some clips of Idol VTubers talking about their opinions regarding the acquisition of Idol Corp.
Brave. Like, if I'm staying, then I keep doing the same thing. It's just I have some more resources now. Oh yeah, how cool. A lot of the staff at Idol are staying as well. For example, Lani, who is in the chat, my best friend in the world. Because she lets me get away with murder, hell yeah. A lot of the current Idol staff are going to be staying on. So basically, I don't think like many things are gonna be changing. I don't think many things are going to be changing for the viewers. For you at home, I see you. I mean, Brave has a lot more money than Idol. Let's just put that out there. Brave has more money, and therefore now we have more money. So that, yeah, like I said, just projects are going to go faster now. Because the budget went up. Yippee! So anyone who decides to stay is in for a good time. That being said, anyone who decides to leave with IP, I am very thankful to Brave Group for giving that option, because like that is not standard. Like that was really considerate of them. It would be more heartfelt if I hadn't stumbled over my words. Yikes. Thing that I want to say before we go on to being annoying about questions is I'll still be streaming as normal for the most part. I might, just for like weird bad coincidence timing things, I might not be able to stream. Is it this weekend or next weekend? This weekend is, like, tomorrow, so it's next weekend. For a family reason. That's just called bad timing. The universe loves doing that to me. It's a very funny prank. Good to know. What happens to you on the others? Still streaming or going indie? Everyone's gonna keep streaming as far as I'm aware, but we're not allowed to tell you whether we're gonna be going indie until the next announcement about that comes out. Just for the sake of, you know, keeping it fair for everybody. So I hope you can have patience until the time where we are ready to disclose such things. Yay! Smile. Oh boy, so you're not quitting. I don't think a single person is quitting. Like, of all the options, I will tell you I've not heard a single talent say, I'm just gonna stop streaming. That has not happened. Idol is closing? No, Idol was bought, so it can keep not closing. Idol might have closed genuinely if this hadn't happened. I can't say for certain because I'm not good at business, but, like, the money had to come from somewhere. Because running Idol is expensive. Look at all those idols. Group gets what it paid for and what it originally wanted to invest in. Idol talents are gonna get, like, a lot more money to play with, or they can just leave.
This announcement that was just made an hour ago might have made some people nervous. Before I start talking about this announcement, I just want to say that I am very, very happy right now. Yes, it is a big change, and initially, I was kind of scared of everything changing and what was going to happen and stuff. But I am okay, first of all. I think this was a change that needed to happen eventually. Because I mean, it does say that in the statement, but I don't think it's been very difficult to see that some parts of Idol needed a little bit more help with their resources. So for me, I think for the people that do decide to stay, I think it could be good. Brave is going to be giving a lot of support to the Idol talents that do decide to stay. I know it's scary and it might be like, I want to know everything now. But we're doing everything thoroughly.
The other ex-Idol Corp VTuber, Riro Ron, has re-debuted as Kyoresu, and we'll also be taking a look at what she has to say regarding the Brave Group acquisition.
Company I was formerly working for got sold to another group, and apparently the talents under that company now can stay under the new group name or go indie. Also, like, a reason for me to look at all the papers I signed with my former company. I think it will be good to take a look at them again and to speak with a lawyer, because maybe I might be able to share more things with you. And yeah, for now, I don't really want to rush. I did see that another former talent of that company spoke about it on Twitter, and it's not the first time she spoke out. But the thing is, my situation is different. I think it is known that company had issues with payments. Yeah, about the payment thingy. Yeah, this is something that talent talked about before, and they got called out by artists. Thing is, I also had issues with that, and the thing is, I had to sign more papers than other of my former co-workers, because otherwise I wouldn't get paid for, like, from June to November. I still had my money on hold, and I had to sign a paper to get that money. It was an important sum of money for me, and basically that paper stated that I cannot speak about what happened and damage the reputation of that company in any way. I literally had to sign that to get paid money that I worked for several months. And that's why, for me, it's way more difficult to talk about things. I'm doing very good right now. I don't really want to bring up all the drama, but I guess there are some things that I still would like to clear up for my kill piece.
We now reach Pochi Wanmaru Statement. she left Idol Corp a long time before the Brave Group announced their acquisition of the company. We actually covered the reason why she left Idol Corp alongside the controversies that happened at that time. So have a watch if you're interested. Pochi is officially rebranded into the Fluffen VTuber, and this is what she had to say regarding the acquisition. Fluffen would say expected, but still extremely disappointed. To those who proceed forward, I wish them the best, and I hope everyone has a better experience than I had now that they are being handed to other entities. I'm happier where I am currently, personally. I want to clear some things briefly because I have been enduring slander behind the scenes this entire time. I am the one who paid for my second model at the time in full. I got a second model because the first design was rushed, the artist was slow to respond, and we were running out of time. I ended up going for a similar concept as suggested to me, with a different twist. Do not copy the first artist's design. Alright, what Fluffen is referring to here is basically the controversy that happened when she left Idol Corp as Pochi Wanmaru. What happened was Pochi would leave the company not too long after she had a second VTuber model made for her. There were people who were not happy that Pochi Wanmaru had basically asked Idol Corp to pay for the second model before leaving so quickly. Obviously now we know that isn't true because Idol Corp didn't pay for the second VTuber model for Pochi Wanmaru. It was Pochi herself who paid for a second VTuber model. So even if Pochi Wanmaru left not too long after the second model was made, Idol Corp didn't lose any money. It was Pochi herself who lost money. And that is what I think Fluffen is trying to say here. It's that she shouldn't be blamed for leaving the company so quickly after an expensive model was made for her because she was the one who paid for it. So hopefully people will stop harassing her, bullying her, and calling her ungrateful, because how can she be ungrateful when Idol Corp didn't pay for a second model and it was her paid for it herself? I'm going to continue with what Fluffen had to say. Fluffen continues by saying, as you know, I had my own issues going on internally. Disappeared for a while before my graduation. It was never my intention for things to happen the way they did. I was feeling a lot of negative emotions. No hiatus notice was put out despite me requesting one several times to at least let the fans know. This made me particularly sad seeing a lot of people leaving, thinking I hated them or abandoned them. I have fond memories and I don't reject the time I spent with people that once cared for me. My move Donoton funds were held from me at the time despite me trying my best to figure out a way to complete my goals. The talks were poorly handled and only aggravated my situation. My departure was sudden and painful, and I wish I had been strong enough to say a proper goodbye. I think I made the right decision in leaving otherwise because the way my finances were handled felt very disrespectful and stressful and was the last straw for me. I am thankful that we at least came to an agreement. I have since been paid the partial amount agreed. I want to clarify, Donaton payouts were never the full amount seen in streams for any Donaton, as a percentage was taken. It is public information that people often forget. Fluffen would end by saying, everything I have and that I am able to do is thanks to my community's generosity. I have worked hard and tried to succeed like everyone else. I encourage people to reach out to me directly if they have any questions. I have no intentions to bring back my old IP. You have a ton of people in the comments giving her support. Most of Fluffen's fans are reacting positively to her account of what happened when she was Pochi Wanmaru at Idol Corp, and they accept it. Personally, I think the Brave Group's acquisition of Idol Corp is the correct one. Even though Aviel tried his best to fix the problems at the company, there were still problems at the company. I'd like to believe that the girls at Idol Corp will continue to grow from strength to strength under Brave Group's leadership. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. This is Terry Nebula signing out.